This is the Ibanez SR1305SB and it comes in the coolest finish I've seen in a while. It's called Magic Low Gloss and sounds like this. Since so many people can't seem to detect irony online, let me just say this finish does not have a sound. Or does it? Hi, my name is Gregor and today I'm joined by my friend Lars Lehmann playing this new Ibanez Soundgear bass, the SR1305SB. I find this bass rather fascinating. When I started mixing the sound files of this video yesterday, I immediately had one phrase in my head, which is, this bass means business. What I mean with this bass means business is just that for me as an audio guy working with the sounds of this bass is just a huge pleasure. It sits exactly where I want basses to sit. There's none of this modern fizzy top end, it has nice and powerful basses, juicy mids, good punch and a solid foundation. In that way it's like a P-bass, only of course that it's nothing like a P-bass. Except for the pickups, those are Nordstrand big breaks and those are indeed split coils also. And maybe the idea was to create some sort of a bread and butter. I'll take this bass to every gig and dedicate my life to making sound engineers happy kind of bass. What Ibanez Soundgear basses always have in common is this slim, nicely rounded body and the very thin and super comfortable neck. And now let's look into the specifications. The body is made from African mahogany, which is responsible for the rich, mid-heavy bass foundation we get from this 5-string. The top is a mixture of sun-blasted ash and panga panga, an exotic wood with beautiful straight grain similar to the more commonly known wenge. The 5-piece so-called Atlas neck is bolted to the body with 4 screws and made from panga panga and purple heart and reinforced with KTS titanium rods. The fretboard is panga panga 2 and houses 24 medium-sized frets and these beautiful oval abalone inlays. I think I've said this in another video before, but I'm not afraid to say it again. I'm a huge fan of those bridges. We have these single bridge segments and they are just super easy to set up and it's just a brilliant design. So, since this is a Soundgear 5-string, it comes with a narrow string spacing of 16.5mm at the bridge. The tuners are die-cast Gotos, the nut is Craftec and the bass comes shipped with D'Addario EXL strings. Besides the mandatory volume and blend controls, we have a flexible 3-band EQ with basses, mids and treble. With this mini toggle you can deactivate the preamp and with this one here you can choose one from 3 different mid-center frequencies. So let's check that out. I guess I've said words like solid and foundation a little bit too often in this video already, which kind of begs the question, is this bass also fast? Is it funky? What an interesting bass. Usually I like my basses to have some sort of an open top end and these kind of things, but I just can't deny how well this works. And it's not that you can't fiddle around with them, but I think this is especially great for what I've mentioned at the beginning for solid bass work. There's no doubt that this is an absolute professional's instrument. I would go with the 4-string for the wider string spacing they have, but that's of course just a matter of taste and personal preference. And yeah, there's also, by the way, a 6-string version, so check it out on the Ibanez website. That's it from me today. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, as always, just put them in the comment section below. And otherwise, thanks for watching. Like this video if you want to help us out as a channel. Subscribe if you want to see more of those videos. And otherwise, see you next time. Bye bye.